And we're back.
Yeah, the Garden Station boys are filing in, so we'll get the intros here in a moment.
I can't wait to hear all about it.
I like meeting new bands.
Yeah.
I like long walks on the beach and meeting new bands.
What's up? What's up?
What up, fellas? Y'all can join us on these mics. I'm going to swing this one over to you, and I'll go share with her.
Cool.
You don't have to get all up on them, but, you know, kind of in line with your face should be good enough.
Hey.
For Josh.
Come on in.
All right, y'all.
All right.
So we met you briefly before you guys came on, but if you guys just want to put names to the voices for everybody listening.
Yeah.
Introduce yourselves.
Yeah, what's up? I'm Tyler.
I'm Dustin.
Probably like in the middle, like just put it like in the middle. Yeah. It goes around.
Yeah, my name's Josh.
Hey.
Right on, Josh.
Who we missing?
I'm missing Chase.
Yeah.
Right.
Hi, Chase.
So we get to trash the drummer today on the radio.
Yeah.
Nothing but respect for the drummers.
Chase is fulfilling his dairy duties down at Giant, so...
Dairy duties.
That's the noble thing.
Yes, he is the dairy king, so
all right.
Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Good to know.
Duly.
Garden Station and free gallon of milk.
Free gallon of milk,
not want to do
and no. Well, the milk went bad last time we did that, so...
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
But I like that idea.
Yeah, it was a half gallon per person, and people said it was too much. It was whole milk.
That is a lot of milk for, like, at a show. I mean, like, you know...
You gotta drink it fast.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you do?
Nothing.
Wait, you guys drank milk on stage?
No, they gave out milk to everybody that came to see them.
So that was the
Half a gallon of milk.
I love
half a gallon
that.
of whole milk.
Yeah.
It mixes good with Bacardi. So,
Bacardi and milk. Does it curdle up
It's
instantly?
almost like a White Russian.
fast.
Kind of like, what is Bailey's? Kind of like Bailey's.
Yeah,
Exactly
true.
like Bailey's.
When you,
Most of my night was head first in the trash can.
yeah, that's,
like,
I feel like that's what would happen.
It's like the Caribbean version of Bailey's, I guess.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm already like leaning into this energy. I love it. So where are you guys from? Tell us about Garden Station as if we've never ever heard of you ever.
Yeah, we're from most of the band's from West Grove, Southern Chester County. Josh, Chase, and I knew each other growing up. We've been friends forever. And Dustin over here is Josh's cousin.
Hey.
So a little family connection there.
Right on.
Yeah.
Garden Station started as like, I guess, a COVID project, although it wasn't really like a project. We were just kind of had a lot of extra time to start writing music. Tyler and I lived together on Market Street into college, so like 2018, 2019. And then,
You guys went to school here in Westchester?
I did.
I went to Temple. I got done at Temple a little bit earlier. So I came and lived out here in Westchester. And, but then COVID hit, and we were living back at our parents' places, and kind of like the only thing that we felt like we could do was, go and jam a little bit on some guitars.
Although we couldn't go actually into each other's houses because of
right.
If our parents weren't comfortable with it.
Okay.
Fine.
Right. So how did you guys overcome that obstacle?
We'd start a fire out back, and just like play acoustic guitars. But no, we'd play an acoustic and an electric guitar.
Acoustic and electric guitar. And, like, we were so scared of COVID at the time that, like, if we wanted to, like, switch, like, oh, wait, no, you take the acoustic, I take the electric, we would legit, like, Lysol the guitar down, like wipe it down and be like, okay.
For the tone.
Yeah, get it straight in the pickups.
Linseed oil.
Nice. Wow.
And then we kind of, we all got together and rented, like, an Airbnb with our buddy.
Just us, yeah.
Yeah, me and Josh rented an Airbnb with our buddy John.
John was hanging out there. And then decided he would try to learn the bass.
Yeah, he was like, I'll learn the bass to be in your guys' band. That was 2 people playing guitar at this point.
Nice.
Not a real band.
And we recorded a bunch of demos, kind of just to prove to ourselves that, like, we could be a band. And because that was always just such, like, a far-fetched idea to us. We didn't really, like, know people in bands or anything like that. And we were just, very infatuated with the idea of being in a band. So then we made these demos. We used them to convince Chase to drum for us.
Chase is an amazing drummer.
Yeah.
And I still feel like I know, like, 3 people who play the drums.
It's definitely
Drums are hard to come by.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find a girl drummer to start an all-girl band, and it's like I'm struggling. Like I know like one, I think, and they're already like they're everybody's drummer, you know?
It's really don't know people.
Like
You're not gonna reach out on like I don't know Facebook group,
Adult Friend Finder.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, maybe.
Ashley Madison.
Yo.
So I love the COVID project origin stories. We also started during quarantine.
Oh, yeah?
Like,
Oh, nice.
I mean, we both had our independent stuff going on well before that, but that was the perfect time to hash new
I know,
things.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just like so much extra time on your hands.
Very cool.
Yeah. Lot of stuff to process too. So that helped
That's
fuel
true.
it. So where does the name Garden Station come from?
Is it a good story?
It's not really
It's not a
good
story.
It's all good.
It's a road name in our hometown.
I think I've
That's
been there.
Special.
Yeah.
That's
It's
special.
it's where we're from. So
It's
there
like
was
the
just
broadest one. Yeah.
we were driving around and my girlfriend at the time, Missy, was like, "Oh yeah,
Girlfriend?
well yeah, she's my fiance now, but girlfriend at the time."
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We were driving and she was like,
I thought it was a situation where, like, bro, she was not your girl. I looked like the face there, like, your girlfriend.
You got me. Yeah.
All right, bud. Whatever you say. She's a 10.
absolutely 12.
Oh, dude, he's getting points now. Is she listening?
Yeah.
I think she's
Shout out.
Came up with
She
our
can
band.
get it on the
Yeah.
playback.
Very cool. When are you tying the knot?
next summer.
All right, beautiful.
Oh, sweet. So how did you guys start to develop your sound, and what is your sound?
Again, we were playing with like an acoustic and an electric guitar outside for the most part. We would write a little bit on our own and then come up with ideas, bring them to each other. Definitely listened to a lot of the similar music.
Mm-hmm.
Like
A lot
what?
of early
Lot
Kings
of-
of Leon. at the
like
time, for
garage
sure.
rock revival stuff, like the early 2000s. Kings of Leon, White Stripes, Black Keys, Arctic Monkeys, Cage the Elephant, a lot of that. We were super into that kind of like raw, garage sound, just a lot of energy, and it's kind of stuff that we grew up listening to a little bit too, and like grunge stuff as well. Obviously obsessed with like Nirvana as kids and stuff like that, and still today. But
I think at first you just come up with ideas where you're like trying to recreate sounds that bands made that you love,
Right.
and then all of a sudden, before you know it, you kind of are making your own music.
How quickly did it take for you guys to start finding a groove and writing music together? Was that pretty much part of the plan from the beginning, or did that just kind of happen?
when we first started playing together,
Yeah.
Josh didn't really know how to play guitar
I was learning.
when we lived together, and I was kind of just like teaching him.
Cool.
So at first it was just something to do to screw around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, I'll teach you a few chords and I'll play like a riff over it or whatever.
Yeah.
And everything definitely stayed in that very simple space. Like, oh, here I'm going to do like a very simple, repeatable riff over like a pretty simple chord progression that just has energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And it shows, especially in the early songs, I think, that that's kind of how we wrote them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they've gotten a little more complex now.
Yeah, now
We
that
write more as a full band.
yeah, we do a lot more writing live, just together, or just jamming and letting everybody just kind of like feel it and just like playing something for like 30 minutes until we're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Now let's try to record that.
Yeah. Very nice.
So is anybody like spearheading those sessions? Like, is there someone who likes to write more? Is there like a duo that likes to write more together? You guys collectively all just bring like ideas to the table?
Tyler by far brings the most ideas that are already kind of crafted, and then we work on those. Sometimes I'll bring like a single riff, because that's about as talented as I am. A single riff.
Yeah, Chase has brought some like full fleshed out songs, like demos that are really
the whole
cool.
next album is about to be everything that Chase has written.
I think so.
We were
Yeah.
just playing casually like the other day together. He brought it. He was like, "Oh, I wrote these things on guitar. I should play them." We were like, "Those are all the best songs I've ever written."
Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty neat how within a band, though, like sometimes an album is, even though it's a band, sometimes some albums have more of a focus on one of the members as a writer than others.
Yeah, it's like an episode. Like it's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, but you were shaking your head emphatically. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I mean, I didn't come in until like way later, and I remember seeing these guys like when they had, you know, John at the time, and I was just like, man, these guys are really good. You know, not just saying that because Josh is like family and stuff.
Right.
Years later or months later, he shot me a text and said, hey, we have this show. Can you like learn our songs within a week?
The show at the
fire.
Yeah.
Learn our songs in a week. I said, sure. So we got these like voice memo to where you could barely hear, and he's like, here's our song. I'm like, what are you giving me to work?
Yeah.
But, you know, sure enough, we powered through them, and just, you know, I don't know, it felt like a great, like, connection, and Ty over here was just like, yeah, you know, we really like the energy that was brought into the room, like, you want to just jam.
Did you do the drumstick thing the first?
No, I didn't do the drumstick.
No, but the first song we played with Dustin, so we're like, oh, he's probably pretty nervous to play this show, like whatever. The first thing comes in, I think it starts with like a riff from Josh, and he literally gets up on the PA speaker and jumps off the stage into the crowd for like his bass riff. And we were like, oh shit, this kind of changes the game.
Yeah. Sorry, we said a dump.
You're good.
I think we never figured out, do we keep talking while it's dumping? No.
We'll keep talking.
Yeah.
It like delays and brings it back around.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. What were you saying?
It happens.
But, you know, after that, I mean, we just started, like they were saying, we just started jamming, and just like, you know, there was just that like really cool like energy. You just like felt it in the room. You know what I mean? You like, kind of look at each other and go like, yeah, this is something. This is great. And, you know, that very first song that, you know, that we all started writing together, it just magic filled the room.
What song was it?
Oh, are we allowed to say? Or?
Oh,
It's going to be on our new album. It's a song called "Told You So." I didn't know if we were, you know, like stashing the files or not. You know.
I mean, let them want more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're really proud of that one.
Awesome. I can't wait. I want to hear, before we start talking about anything new, I want to get some background, or like hear some background rather. So I know you guys had some tunes that you maybe wanted to play live, or I have Spotify pulled up, so you tell me, how do you want to introduce the people to Garden Station?
I mean, we have our guitars here. We'd love to play live. I don't know if unplugged to these speakers or
we're good.
Work.
We're good.
That totally.
It's going to be probably the dopest acoustic session of your life. Yeah, it's like
nice axes here too.
Oh yeah, my Fender starter kit.
Let's go.
What do you want to start off with, Ty?
Yeah, what should we play first?
You guys want to do "Move to Japan"? That's one of the singles that we have out right now. Put that out last summer, and it's the last thing we put out, but
good.
You guys can spread out now
you can come down this way.
Yeah.
If you want.
But just come back when you're on the mic.
Right.
God,
that's it.
Everybody loves that sound.
So you guys played in the rain.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago. What was the
for the
World Music Day.
You guys were over. Where were you guys at?
That was outside of our house. We live on Gay Street.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it was above Van Rins. Shout out Van Rins.
Yeah,
The rain was coming down.
Yeah,
you guys played too, right?
We were out there, yeah.
Right out in front of like the parking lot where the bank's at and stuff.
We were supposed to be over there, and then it was like out in the open, and then the band, I think Flavor Wave, the band that is playing with us on Saturday for the Road to Look Around, was supposed to be over there, and then we saw that they canceled doing it because of the rain, and we went over there because it has like the overhang.
Yeah.
And we were like, we'll be able to actually play over there. So.
And so you guys got to play?
Yeah. We got to
that's
play,
what's up.
Yeah. It was actually really nice. They had a lot of people stop and chill with us. So.
Yeah. It was good vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that same time slot that you guys were playing, Will Snooze was also playing. The other guy was playing at the thing on Saturday night. It was like everybody that's on that was at that.
It's gonna be sick. All right, so what are we about to listen to?
This is Move to Japan.
Move to Japan by Garden Station, y'all. This is SoundStage Radio.
do all that I can for you. Yeah, I moved to Japan for you. Packing up the boxes, moving in the boxes, all the things so right. Don't know what I'm doing, I don't want to move. Everything just feels so right, it all just feels so right. And I'm trying to do all that I can for you. Yeah, I moved to Japan for you. Love.
The surprise tambo.
I was supposed to have it on the whole time. I was like, oh wait, I was supposed to be rocking this out.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the tambo hidden.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Secret surprise.
Yes. Remix.
Yeah. Is that a love song?
Yeah.
I love it.
Are you actually moving to Japan?
No. I wrote it at a point in time in my life where my fiance and I were moving back and forth from California because she was in grad school out there, and I was out there, and then we were like going back and forth and COVID and stuff like that, and there was just like a lot of like big moves and decisions, and it's a big thing to do with somebody, so it just felt like something to put in a song.
Cool. Oh, I love it. It is a beautiful song. Your guitar is really cool.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is So this is like in the 70s. There were a lot of Japanese companies that were making like rip-offs of like Gibson or Fender guitars.
Right.
So this is just like, like a rip-off of that like Southern Jumbo kind of hummingbird thing or whatever one it is with like the fancy stuff on here. And yeah, so they made a bunch of them and they're all like super nice. I mean, the craftsmanship is like unbelievable, and like the back is super nice, and it's got like it's got an ash back and sides, which is pretty rare for an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Most of them are like a darker wood, which kind of makes it have like a really bright tone, which I really love.
Ooh, yeah, it's really
all three blended nice together. And that I was gonna ask, so arrangement-wise, is stuff changed between how it would be presented electric versus acoustic, or you just pretty much play exactly the same way? I'm just curious. I know sometimes.
Kind of. I mean, this is acoustic, a little softer version, but we bring with that. I mean, with that song, kind of same vibe, but like we kick it up a little bit.
Cool.
That really nice mid end with the chords just letting it ring. And
also, Dustin, you're very musically inclined.
He says that.
Yeah, you are, because the way that we play that live, that thing I was doing, the little like melody is just single notes.
Okay.
Up higher on the neck.
Okay.
You can't really play them on the acoustic. It doesn't sound very good just playing those single notes on the acoustic guitar. I don't know what you did, but you found a chord and it sounded really good. I like to do stuff like that. That was cool.
There's normally a sweet drum break in it that Chase kills, but that.
No.
Well, how much total time now do you have on guitar though? Because I think that's something that down the line, that's all going to make perfect sense. You can be doing all that yourself.
Yeah, right. Since I guess around that same time, 2017, 2018, we were wrapping up college, started playing.
Cool.
But then this guy's getting into the theory and everything, and it's just like...
Dustin's a virtuoso a little bit.
He is going over to Westchester School of Music, School of Music, so...
Nice.
I love it there. It's really nice.
What was your path early on? What led you into music?
Oh my gosh! So, funny story. I was playing baseball. I was a big sports guy. actually what happened was I was having to catch. You didn't know this? Oh, well, that's a new story for everyone then. So I was having to catch with all my friends, and all of a sudden I thought the ball went over my head, and clear enough, it actually hit me straight in the eye.
Wow.
So the left side of my eye, and that's sometimes like I'll wear sunglasses like indoors because the light will bother, but completely turned and filled with blood. So I was basically the Terminator, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's a good look.
Yeah.
I rocked that for a couple weeks. I didn't choose it either. But
funny enough, when I went back to baseball, my last name's Siebenauer, and they changed the L to an N, so it became Siebenator. And and they did it, and I didn't tell them. They're like, you look like Terminator, so we called you the Siebenator. So anyway, as I had time and I couldn't really play sports, and my dad had this guitar, and I was just always so fascinated, younger, like just listening to him. He played like Jack Johnson, Stone Temple Pilots, really nice 90s like alternative stuff. And then I would actually sneak playing his guitar because it was just a really expensive guitar. I didn't know what I was doing, so I'd sneak it. I'd be like sneak and playing off, and I just learned a couple chords, and just eventually I fell in love. I quit baseball, joined a couple bands, and just been playing live for a couple years now. And it's a great passion. It's a great hobby. And so much fun stuff.
A lot of stage time.
It's just all about, it's just all about putting on a show. That's what I love about music, giving, everyone a good time and just kind of get to escape, the reality of things, and just come and join one night just for everyone. One big party, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It'll be a perfect addition Saturday night.
I'm so hyped.
So excited.
Yeah, that's a stacked lineup for sure. I mean, I haven't seen you guys live or Flavor Wave, but I know I did a little research, like respectively, and it's gonna be a really good night, and I think it's gonna be an interesting crowd too.
We should have a really neat crowd.
Yeah. I think there'll be a nice blend, maybe like anywhere from I guess you have to be 21. I was gonna say 18 but it's not 18. 21 to I don't know 50. I feel like.
There's probably gonna be at least a couple 50-year-olds.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The more the merrier, right?
Yeah. So, all right. So, what else can we listen to by you guys?
Yeah, we're gonna play a couple, or whatever we had time for, some new stuff. If you guys are down for that.
Oh yeah, we definitely down for it.
You guys want
to you're Chasing Shadows.
Still, one percussion now.
Yes.
Yeah, so this song's off the album that we got coming up next.
We got to talk about that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. Trust.
Sessions.
Yeah.
Chasing shadows, waiting for the weekend. Doesn't matter, you don't need a reason. Chasing shadows, you're my only friend. Doesn't matter, waiting for the weekend. Song about my time away a little bit longer. It's all for good, you're here to stay away a little bit longer. I try my best, you do your worst, but I never stop bleeding. Try my best to remain the same, but you never stop leaving. Chasing shadows, waiting for the weekend. Doesn't matter. Chasing for the weekend. Chasing shadows, waiting for the weekend. Doesn't matter, you don't need a reason. Chasing shadows, you're my only friend. You're my only friend. Waiting for the weekend.
Nice with the tambourine there.
Dope.
Makes me want to pound some good old whole milk.
Yeah.
I wish the people felt the same.
All right, so I definitely dig that vibe. I also really enjoy your voice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it was nice when you all sang there too.
Yeah, like you guys, I just got like a whole new vibe from you, so I want to hear about the new stuff. How has it evolved? Where are we at? Tell us everything.
Yeah, so we've been working with Jeff Ziegler. He's a producer out of Philly, and it's been really awesome to work with him. He's worked with like a ton of awesome bands. Worked with The War on Drugs and
Nice.
Kurt Vile and just a ton of other cool artists. And so the process was like, we sat in my basement for a while and just kind of like jammed on a bunch of ideas for like a whole month and just kind of came out with stuff at the end and then went to the studio and laid down all the bass tracks in a weekend, which was ambitious for an 11-song album. And then, had some overdubs and stuff and finally finished tracking it last weekend.
Nice.
So, we're excited. We've gotten some mixes back and it's just, it's really exciting to get some like really well done stuff.
Yeah, we tried so hard for a while and spent a good amount of money on equipment to like try to do it ourselves.
Yeah,
We thought
I
that
get
was
it.
more achievable than it was. I don't know if you guys recorded music on.
We've done both.
We-
We're experiencing both.
Yeah, we did our first album at the house, and that was when we were still a duo. So, like, I programmed the drums and, like, played bass, played guitar, played keyboard. She played guitar, sang. And we had a trumpet player come through on a couple. But, yeah, I basically learned how to engineer by doing that.
Yeah.
And I came up with some cool, like, I feel pretty good at it now. But, like, I did want the full experience in the studio for the band. Because I've been there, but not everybody in the band had. It was definitely, they're two different things, but I love them both.
But you guys know how to do it.
Yeah.
And you can do it on your own,
But
learning
not-
curve is
but-
steep.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm still, like, I had to make
like-
calls,
Yeah.
to other buddies that, like, have been doing that kind of stuff way longer
Right.
and get some tips and came up with some of my own ideas that made it easier. But,
to your point,
yeah.
the time, it can like it was just like so much then so much time went into that it like not took away from the process of creating because it didn't, but I'm just saying like took away from the process of either enjoying it or just because it was like it's better, not better, it's a nice experience to have to go into a studio and have the people who know what they're doing like dial you in. You know?
It's
like,
invaluable to not have to have that pressure, so you can focus on being creative.
And just be an artist.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys had a good experience then.
How did you guys end up working with him?
I think I had gotten a recommendation from a friend that I guess had worked with him or had known somebody who worked with him.
Right.
On those things.
Right.
And then just went and checked out his studio and
It's a lot of fun.
That's what's up.
But trying to do it ourselves. You're also trying to learn how to like do a profession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We like
Engineer, no big deal.
Exactly. We like got this
Audio engineer, no big deal. I got that.
We're like, all right, we need an
music.
album like
No.
to happen right now.
Yeah.
We'll learn it as we go, and it's just like it's nuts. That's not a good way to do it.
Dude, I totally get it. I
Circle back
wouldn't
someday.
I wouldn't have
Yeah.
done what he like. I would have tried to and then quickly been like, mm-mm.
I was pulling my hair out a few times. Like, dude, I don't even want to listen
What
to
were
it
you
anymore.
like using?
I used GarageBand for the whole thing.
What we used
It's not
is,
that bad.
No, it's really not. I think we wanted to use like something more, I don't know what, industry standard or something.
Yeah.
So
We tried to do that with the second set of things, and then I feel like it just made us spend a lot more time on it.
Yeah, it's just harder.
It's like I found personally, because I've done both too, like different dolls and a couple different dolls, but it's like I found that some of the limitations are actually a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if there's too much, then you're gonna just go down that wormhole and you'll be all day mixing a guitar and then not even like it at the end of the day. I don't know.
Yeah, and sometimes you're just like looking up YouTube videos to find out how to get to the input to go to the right spot.
Thank goodness though that we have that too, you know, because I couldn't have imagined doing that without being able to like hop on YouTube and look at something real quick.
If we hadn't like proved to ourselves that we could make music that we thought sounded good, I don't know if we ever would have went and tried to go to a studio and record. And I don't
even know if we ever would have formed like a full-on band, because we would have just been like, oh, we're gonna be idiots, being like, hey, we play music with us or whatever, and it gave us that confidence.
Right.
I think it was
How long after you guys initially during quarantine started doing your thing until it was that you did get to present it live?
It would have been like November of 2021 was our first gig, I think. And then we played at Fenn's upstairs.
Oh, nice.
Fenn's.
And that was awesome. That was a real like, oh wow, this is great. Kind of like it was packed out and a lot of people were complaining it was too loud, which was perfect.
Yeah.
That was the best show.
Yeah.
And that was actually a show Dustin first came to and was like, you guys are great.
Yeah, that was the show,
John was playing, but you...
John was playing, yeah. Little did I know.
I don't know how people be booking bands places and not expect it to be a certain volume. It just makes
like
no sense.
A band.
Right. It's like, I don't know. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
You can definitely share some stories about that.
Yeah. It is what it is. Comes with the territory.
You'll love the day when you do just say, you know what, I'm out, and just walk out and play. I don't need to be here.
I don't need to water myself down.
I always do like to just like, you know, like just the mindset sometimes like, all right, well, I'm not going to water down what I'm doing right here, but I guess I'm never coming back to this room.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like, it's definitely not going to.
Things like look around are so exciting because like Westchester I think is tough to play, especially like punk music and stuff, because you might have somewhere who wants to be a venue that can play it, but they're right next to somewhere that's like a high-end restaurant.
Yeah. Too many venues aren't even venues. Too many places that have music, the music was a complete afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The places weren't designed for it. The people that work there maybe didn't even have in mind that was going to happen. So then you end up having like disgruntled workers that are complaining about the volume at some places.
Bartenders.
It's a whole thing. You're tending bar during live bands. Like, I mean, you know, like, I'll step your game up, your lip reading game or something. What do you expect? Like,
well, the thing that we can't stand in this town is like, I think that there's a lot of like coding things that prevent it from happening. Like, there's a lot of like rules against what times you can play live music at.
Yeah.
And like, there's like 5 bars in town that turn into nightclubs every weekend, and they're playing, music as loud as they can.
Right.
And like, they're cool places to like go, get drunk in.
Right, yeah.
But like, can't there be like a few places or one place maybe that you can play live music until 2 and
that's literally why I was like,
you're definitely gonna love what's going on at the Moose once you get over there and do your thing, because I'm telling you. And then like
that's it.
Anytime you want to set up a show of your own there, let me know. I do all the booking there. There's no style boundaries.
That's really awesome.
They can be open till 3. So if you like, if you got a late crowd and it's going to be jumping, you could do shows all the way up till 3.
That's so cool.
You can put on as many bands as you want. Nobody there is going to say anything about volume. I mean, they might be like, it's loud. But it'd be like,
See, in Philly, I mean, if you look, I mean, there's some cool, like, they do like the college room, like, basement shows and stuff like that, which is like really cool. Even like church basement shows. There's like plenty. I mean, this is just what I was thinking. There's plenty of churches like around here. I feel like if we could there's something within the scene that could like just do like church basement shows.
The Unitarian Church used to have a lot of. Is that even a thing anymore?
In Philly?
No, here there was one in Westchester.
I didn't know that they were doing shit. Actually, yes, I do know they did shows.
Down there on High Street.
Yeah, you're right.
A while back. I don't know. But yeah, those are always cool shows too, I think.
I mean, Fairman's is doing basement shows.
Yeah.
How
many
have they done?
A lot.
They do like
a lot?
every month or so.
Once a month or maybe
I've still never made it to one, so they're not often enough that there's ever been one when I could go.
Yeah. Well, Dustin, your band played a great. Dustin's in another band. They played a great show there.
We played there with Sanction Eternal and Quilpin Gallery, and it was just a great show, great vibe. Everyone just was coming in off the streets down right in there.
Why do we know Sanction
So
Eternal?
awesome. They played a lot of stuff. They played what was the other festival that we did not too long ago? Oh, Porch Fest. They did Porch Fest.
Yeah.
They're also Westchester
Cool.
band that goes to
Also,
Maybe
that's not a
they
21
submitted
plus
or
venue?
something.
Yeah, I also think. I mean,
It's all ages, right?
yeah,
That's
yes,
good
which is
in this
awesome.
town.
I mean, don't get me started with the 21 under.
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
shows. When I was first playing with these guys, I would have to sit outside the venues. I just turned 21.
turned
I would have to sit outside the venues, and I'm like, well,
In the
can't
winter.
you just put a wristband on me?
Yeah,
And I was
right.
like. There's no more I'm with the band kind of thing anymore. It's like, all right, you can wait outside when you guys are on. I can't even go listen to the other bands and cheer them on. It's a shame.
That's
very
crazy.
Nice. Very nice
funny
when you turn
stories.
21.
I know,
It was really nice of you.
Yeah.
really nice
Good
of you to
job.
turn 21.
Good
Thanks.
job, man.
Thanks. I was trying to
One of your
achieve.
greatest achievements.
Definitely is.
Well, I appreciate you acknowledging that, because you pretty much shared the same sentiment that not only us but a lot of other Westchester artists, period, not just musical artists, have felt like that. Like, there's just such an abundance of people who create out here, and there is such a DIY spirit in Westchester. Even as it continues to grow, it still has this unmatchable community feel, and it's gonna change, it's gonna whatever, but the way that I see it, all these new apartments and stuff that's going in, people are oh, there's gonna be so much people, oh, what does this mean? And it's yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be a whole new bougie part of it, but it's already been trending that way